U Strappin. It is the Hamilton Khaki Navy Pioneer. There's a couple of models under that moniker, and um, I would have to give you the reference number, but I don't have it because it's H with a bunch of numbers, and I don't remember those things that well. But this is pretty much the only version that has a small seconds. Well, no, take that back. In 40 millimeters, with the small seconds and the silver dial. It does look white, but it is in fact silver. But with the blue hands uh, and the date, they do have a much larger version. It's a limited edition. It's really cool. It comes with like a nice, I guess, clock stand. You can detach the actual watch head itself off of the strap. It's mechanical, I believe, or is it automatic? I'm pretty sure it's mechanical. It does not have a date. And the dial is very similar, but there are some subtle differences to that one. But that one's like, wow, 48 millimeters is a big watch. But I guess it's meant to kind of be a desk clock as well. So that's why they have that really fancy marine chronometer watch case that you can mount the module, I guess, of the clock itself into there. It's really cool. It's got all this kind of gyroscopic, mechanics to it that you might see on an actual marine chronometer on a ship. But anyways, that's not a watch review, as you guys may or may not know by now, but just a watch of the day on strap of choice. And this is kind of a new watch. It's not kind of new, it is new. I got it in last Friday. Today's Monday, and I'm just avid on the stock strap. It's actually like a dark brown. It may look kind of black here. It's a little thick. I mean, well, I guess slightly stiff. But what I do is I usually will bend these a bit and kind of work it when they're new, just to give it a little bit more pliability and conformity to the wrist. And I believe actually it's not actually a bad strap, and it's kind of like a new catcher's mitt where they're really stiff at first, but when you wear and break them in more, it'll just, I guess, much more supple, and or at least it'll be softer, and it'll feel and fit like a glove. And I think this will be the same if I keep wearing it on this strap. So I don't mind, but I definitely have a lot of 20 millimeter strap options. And for those who have seen my watch review and other postings, several months ago, I had actually this, not same exact watch, but the navy dial version with the silver hands. I really like that one. It kind of, as I mentioned, with the style of the numbers and that type of blue, and something about that look, it reminded me of something that maybe F.P. Journe might have made. Of course, it's way less expensive and not high horology like that, but it gave me a similar feel for my budget. But although I like that one, this was my original choice, which was to go with the silver dial with the blue hands. It's just a classic look, and I think the date window is actually better executed because it's white and it kind of matches the dial. It looks white too, versus the other one, the navy dial. It did not have a matching date disc, so it was a white. It was white in that square with black numbers. So I got used to it, but admittedly it did stick out a bit. And I always wanted another. I sold that one, and I wanted another marine chronometer style watch. A lot of them look the same, and I was so close to, and really wanted to get the limited edition marine original marine chronometer style, or something like that. The red 60 from Stova in Germany. It's mechanical. It's 41 millimeters. The case is nothing special, but just the finishing on it and everything, and it's really nice. But for almost $1,700, it's a little bit steep for me, and there's no date. And I am finding, if I can, a date complication would be useful. It's just mainly the price. It's very unique to have a marine chronometer style with a red seconds, and but yeah, I couldn't justify spending that much for that particular watch. Not to say it's not worth it. It's just not in the cards right now for where I'm at. So I played with that idea for a while, and eventually I said, nah, it's not worth stressing over. And so I went back to what I originally liked, which was this Hamilton. Um, I just like that case design for one thing. Those, the way the wire lugs are on here. You don't see too many watches with that style these days. They're not true wire. They do have a springboard in between, but they're hidden, so you can easily do strap changes to almost any strap you want. It's not fixed, wire lug like one piece where you pretty much only would be able to do a NATO or something. And just the case polishing, the way it's cut and detailed, and clean printing, that railroad track. It's sort of mimicked in the inner subdial. It has a bit of a railroad track around that. But yeah, it's nice. Can't go wrong with blue hands on basically a white dial. Though they say it's silver, but really, most people will see this as being white. Whoops. Me and my idle hands hit the horn button. Yes, as you know, I do these in car because the inside of the car acts as a natural light box, and you really capture some nice lighting and shading in this way versus studio lighting. Just in case you are wondering, and this is the first time you've seen this channel or these episodes, that's what that's about. But yeah, I'm going to get into more of a review on this later. It probably won't be too much different than what I did on the Navy version, because essentially it's the same watch, just a different dial color and handset, right? Different color hands. It's kind of the reverse of this, but that's it. Here it is on my 6.875-inch wrist, 40 millimeters. I forget what the lug to lug is, but it's pretty short, as you can imagine. If it's 40, I'm thinking, that's probably 40, maybe 46 lug to lug. It's about 10 millimeters thick, if I recall correctly. And yeah, it's works quite good. With this style of lugs, you're going to get some wrist gap. There's no way around that, but it's not that bad at all. And again, the lug to lug is relatively short, and I think proportionately it's a good modern size, not being too big or too small. Alrighty, catch you in the next. You'll probably be seeing more of this. I'm gonna probably mix it up on straps later on. Okay.